Look, I'll offer you guys a couple quick thoughts on this Saturday morning as we're getting ready to rock and roll here. Some of y'all, I know there's different people from different, some of you guys have been here all spring. Some of y'all just started the job a week or two ago. What I want to share with you guys is really the value of coming to meetings like this. Okay, it's a Saturday morning. There's a lot of other people. By the way, everyone's in quarantine right now, so no one's doing anything. They're either on this call or they're sleeping. That's the reality, And so people basically had a choice. Is like, hey, success or improve their results or sleep a little bit more. Okay, and I know that seems like a small deal, but life is filled with those tiny little choices. Right? Like that might not seem as if it's a big deal. It's like, like that extra hour of sleep, hopping on the call. Right? But the difference between the people that perform at a high level, the difference between our average reps during the summertime, the people that make 3 or 4 grand and the people that make 10 figures plus, the difference between the people that are sales reps and the people that get moved up into advancement opportunities and roles is those little tiny decisions. Okay. It's not because they worked 100 times harder than everybody else, although sometimes that is. Right. But it's not because, they put in 20 times more hours, or 3 or 4 times the amount of work as everybody other person did, or sometimes that is the case, but it's a lot of times it's just, hey, the phone jam starts at 6 p.m. and I hop in the Head Start phone jam at 5 o'clock. There's a Saturday morning workshop. I didn't have to wake up for it. I did. Right. It was Monday morning. My goal was 4 demos today. I went into the day with 3 demos. I could have been satisfied. I made a couple extra calls and I got that extra appointment booked up. It is those little tiny decisions that, by the way, compound over time. And so when I think about this meeting, and I think about people like, look, the reality is that every single person that's on this call and that starts this job this summer has the opportunity to make 5 figures in the summertime. Every single person can sit down with their manager and make a game plan on how to do that. But there's also a reason why, like, that's not the average. That's not the majority of people. That's the top performers. That's the top percentages. I remember Mike finished our training last night talking about success as a choice. And those little small decisions that you make are the choices that you make as to where you're going to get there. And so when we have meetings like these, like, just so y'all know, some of you all on this call have been texting me over the past couple of weeks. Right. There's a lot of people that have been texting me and sound really excited and want to get on my radar. But this is a perfect example where you can get up and close with the divisional manager and I can get a chance to see your face. And, without any type of sales performance, I can just get a chance to say, hey, this person's willing to go that extra mile. They're willing to hop on that extra call. They're willing to just, wake up 45 minutes early. Like, they actually can have a little bit of a meaning behind what they say. Right. And there's a lot of people that texted me, but they didn't take advantage of that opportunity. They're not here. They're not on this call. Right. And eventually this will be invite only. But, I really want to encourage you is that when you take advantage of those little things, they do add up over time. And so one concept that I think maybe just for your notes or for today in general, okay, is one more. If you want to be a key staff member this summer, if you want to get into advancement, if you want to, be a 5-figure earner this summer, one concept that I have for you is just, hey, do one more. Do one extra of every single thing you ever do. Right. And that's something that I kind of hold as just congruent with everything I do. If I'm working out and, I have an exercise and I'm supposed to do 10 reps, I get to that 10 one and I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do an 11th rep. Right. If I was supposed to go, do an hour of phone calls, right, I was supposed to make 30 phone calls. I get to that 30, I'm going to make one last one. I'm going to go do 31. Right. If I was a manager and I'm setting up people for interviews on PRs, I'm supposed to set 10 PRs the day. Right. I'm going to set one more. I'm going to make sure I get that one extra one in that 11. And guys, when you do that, it doesn't really do much in the moment. Right. That one extra person I set for the interview, that one extra phone call that I made, it's not the make or break difference between, success and not success, but those results compound over time. Right. If you get an extra one person, right, you're the extra person that you make one more sales call, right? Or you make a couple extra calls. Cause by the way, that's oftentimes what happens is you make that one more, it turns into a couple more, right? Okay. If you're that person that always just does a little bit extra, okay. You're the person that stays 10 minutes after practice every day when everyone else goes home. Well, guys, after the whole entire summer of doing that, right, after every single phone jam that happens this summer, after a year or two of working and developing yourself, those results compound. And then all suddenly, everyone starts looking at you and you have superb or above average or abnormal results. And they're like, wait, why do you have such great results? It's like, yeah, because I did one more every single time. You know, it's the way to, it's like one-upping, it's stepping up. It's also what leadership is, right? It's like you're leading by example. You're doing that extra, going that extra mile. You're hopping on that extra call. And that's just one concept that I think that you guys can ask today. It's like you get 10 recommendations, ask for one more, right? Ask for that 11th one. Maybe that 11th one isn't the one that you drop a complete set on. But if you do that the whole entire summer, guess what? You're doing 100 demos this summer. That's 100 extra recommendations. I got to imagine there's probably some pretty baller customers on that list of extra 100 recommendations that you got in the summer of 2020, just because you asked every single customer for one more. You know, and so that's the perspective. I think if you want to, number one, make a statement in this division. I think if you want to, number two, get promoted to key staff. If you want to have the opportunity to earn 5 figures, 10 grand plus in the summertime. Most students aren't doing that, like that. For years, I went around and I remember interviewing at different places to try to find internships and jobs that would pay me, 10 grand or more for the summertime. And it doesn't really exist very much for most students. There's very few and far in between. And the reality is that we'll have many, many, many students across the division that will do that. But the people that do that and the people that don't, right, it's going to be a choice. And it's going to be a choice of just putting that extra little work in. And the same goes for your sales. The same goes with how you show up in your lives, how you show up for fitness, how you show up for your family. And I really want to encourage you guys to adopt that mindset this summer. And you'll really get the most out of your experience, not just this summer, but even further and beyond. So Mike's going to give you guys the goods this morning. Take a lot of notes and remember that, it might not be this meeting that you get that aha or that light bulb, right? That transforms your summer, but it might be, right? But it might not be, right? But it might just be one little tiny thing that he says or one thing that you take away. But when you add up and compound going to these types of events, going those extra miles, ladies and gents, you'll find yourself in a much different spot than the average representative at the end of the summertime. So Mike, I'll let you take it over from here.
Cool. And, under that umbrella of one more, that is going to be relevant to what I'm about to talk about, which is helping you increase your average order. So, get ready to take some notes. This is definitely a content heavy topic right now that I'm about to go into. And I'm going to walk through the demo and showing you how to increase your average order. Okay. Specifically how to sell larger orders, but also how to add more to your orders after you get a yes. All right. So let's make this happen. So, all right, this is yourcutgodemo.com. So Ms. Jones, you see on your screen right now, what do you see on your screen? You see a set? Well, Ms. Jones, that right there is called our family set. That's a set a lot of people end up upgrading to over time. Some people just start with it as well. I'm going to go ahead and show you how awesome Cutco is and why everyone gets some stuff. But like I said on the phone, you don't have to get anything at all. I get paid just to do the appointment. But I promise most people, when they see my appointment, they end up seeing some things they like. So if you do, don't feel bad. If I do my job well enough, you'll have one of those sets that you see on your screen right now on your countertop, like sometime next week. All right. Just because Cutco is awesome. I would love for you to at least try it out. And what's cool is right now we have like a reverse layaway plan where you could pay for it later, but try it out now. I'll talk about how that works. It's really amazing. So, but before I start, is it okay if I kind of share with you my goals and like why I'm doing this? Cool. So what I just did right there is I created an open mind. It's also a concept called lower the pressure, increase the value. So it's like I said, you don't have to get anything, but if you see some things you like, you can get it today. Lower the pressure, raise the value. But I have the set on the screen, so they're looking at a beautiful, awesome Cutco set the entire time. Then I transition to my goals. But I created that like open-mindedness or that desire or something in the beginning while they're looking at a set of Cutco. When you go over here, when you're talking about your goals and what Cutco is, I think it's relevant to just bring up the fact where it says a product enjoyed by over 16 million customers. I would just say something like sets. If you want to increase your average order, talk about sets. Ms. Jones, you see on your screen where it says Cutco is over 16 million customers. Out of those 16 million, how many do you think already had a set of knives? Yeah, probably all of them, right? Do you know why? If you had to guess, Miss Jones, why do you think 16 million customers already had a set of knives but still decided to invest in a set of Cutco? In that one sentence, I just said set like 4 or 5 times. So out of 16 million customers who already had a set of knives, how many of them why do you think that they decided to still invest in a set of Cutco even though they already had a set of knives? And whatever they say, my response is, well, that's what I'm about to explain to you right now. That's what I'm about to explain to you right now. And if I do my job well enough, we'll have 16 million and one customers at the end of this presentation. You know, this is, again, it's all framework. And then what do? I raise the value, but then I'm going to lower the pressure. Ms. Jones, my goal is not to just sell you everything that Cutco has. My goal is just that if you like me and the appointment, is just to introduce me to as many people as possible. Because I'm not just some like random knife guy. I'm actually a hardworking college kid, and instead of working at like Publix, I wanted to do something that's going to help me with my future. And every time I do one of these appointments, I learn something new and I get a chance to meet new people, and I love meeting new people. So at the end, feel free, you could introduce me to as many people as you'd like. So I'm already seed planting recommendations, I'm seed planting set selling. They're already like kind of getting exposed to this idea of buying and introducing me to people, and I haven't even played the video yet. Then we're going to watch this video. I'll tell you right now, as this video is playing, there's a couple of really cool opportunities, like right here. While that set's on the screen, I'm going to say, now, Miss Jones, that's the small family set. I'm going to show you, we have a few different size family sets, but that one there is the small one. That's like the one a lot of people start with, right? You could say something like that. Then when this one comes up on the screen, like here, you can say, Miss Jones, that's one of the larger family sets. That one's awesome. I'll show you that one a little bit later. Then, as the video is playing, you could talk about the double D edge. All of our sets have double D edges. It's like, as this picture shows up, it's like, yeah, did you ever see a drawer like that? Yeah, those are the worst. They're just a waste of money. They don't even work. Then this picture's over here with the set again. It's like, Miss Jones, isn't that beautiful? I would love to help you have a set like that. When the forever guarantee, isn't that forever guarantee awesome? All of our sets are guaranteed forever. The super shears, your set actually will come with the super shears. I'll show you how that works. Right? So those are a couple of things. And right here, I'll start by showing you your Cutco's basic set first. So Ms. Jones, remember in that video, there was the basic set. I'm going to start there. Of course, we have larger family sets, but I'm just going to start with the basics. Of course, we have larger family sets, but I'm just going to start with the basics. So already by the time they see this small set, they're thinking it's a small set. If in your mind, if you think a homemaker is a large set, then they're going to think it's a large set. But I framed it that this is the basic, which is it is. It's right here. It says basic set. So you can see we have the different sets. By the way, you see the different colors. There's the classic, the pearl, and the red. Which color do you think you like the best? The pearl, that white. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Especially if you have white appliances. Most people match the handles to their appliances, and then the block, they match that to their cabinets. So we could even get a darker, like a cherry reddish color block to match your cabinets. It'll look beautiful in your kitchen, right? So then you go through the homemaker pieces, and then we get here. So Ms. Jones, like I said, we're going to start with our most popular basic set for the average family. So Ms. Jones, we obviously, like I said, we have larger family sets, but I'm just going to start with the basic family set, just because it's the most popular. We sell about 30,000 of these every year. And then I'm going to go through the tools. I'm going to go through, do you see why that comes in your set? Yes. Do you see how that one comes in your set? Yes. Do you see how that one's used? Yes. I'm asking a lot of yes questions. Do you see why that comes in your set? I'm not going to leave this tool or this page until I at least get like 2 or 3 verbal yeses. I got to get 2 or 3 verbal yeses. Do you see how that one's used? Yeah. Do you see that pearl? Do you see the pearl spatula spreader next to the bagel? Do you see that in the picture? Yes. Even if it's just that, get a yes, 2 or 3 verbal yeses. Do you see how smooth that is? Yes. Isn't that awesome? Yes. Do you see why that comes in your set? Yes. Miss Jones, do you ever do rotisserie chickens like that picture right there? Yes. It's so much, it's really convenient just to buy it already cooked, isn't it? Yes. But isn't it the worst when you don't have a good knife to cut it up? Yes. Do you see why everyone gets Cutco? Yes. See how it glides right through that pineapple? Yes. If I can get a yes on every tool, then they're going to say yes to every tool that comes in the set. So in turn, they're saying yes to the set. So if you want to increase your average order, you want to sell sets by selling them on each individual item that comes in that set. You want to increase your average order? Get them fired up about the table knives. Miss Jones, do you see the black, the white, and the red there in the table knives in the picture? Yes. Don't they look so pretty? Yes. The white really looks nice, especially if you have like fine china, but you can see the black is classic for everyday use as well. And that red is just that more of a contemporary look, which is awesome. I know you said you like the white. What's cool, Miss Jones? All of our sets come with table knives. Do you see how we cut that leather? Yes. We suggest, at least 2 per person in the household so that we don't have to constantly wash them after every use. This homemaker set, see it says homemaker comes with 8. Most people add on another set of 8 or 12 just because 8's not enough. I'll show you how that works later. How many of you guys ever sold a homemaker plus 20, right? I'll tell you right now, if they have a family of 5 and they only have 8 table knives and then company comes over, that's just not enough. Can you sell homemaker plus 20? 8 comes in the block and 12 go in the drawer. If you want to increase your average order, they can't buy it if you don't present it. Then we get over here. It's like, Miss Jones, remember I said we have a couple larger family sets? These are the larger family sets. There's the large family set, which is called the Ultimate. And then there's the medium family set called the Signature. Now, right here on this page, I would say, now the reason why a lot of customers like these is because see the steak knives in the front of the block? It just fills the block in real nice. Those are the big and bold steak knives instead of the small butter knives. A lot of customers like the feel of a big steak knife, especially if they like to cook steaks every once in a while. Now, the table knives have been our steak knife for decades, but some people like the feel of that larger steak knife and they think it's more aesthetically pleasing to fill their block. But it's totally up to you. We have these options available. I would even ask right there, Miss Jones, if you were considering, are you more of like a large family set, a small family set, or are you more like a medium family set right in the middle? She might even say, well, what comes in it? What comes in the medium? Miss Jones, it's everything the basic has, plus a few extra customer requested tools. Miss Jones, the medium family set, the Signature set, it's everything the basics has, just plus a few customer requested tools. Then what's the Ultimate set? The Ultimate set is everything the basic has, plus it's everything the medium has, plus it comes with a meat and veggie package for just some raw meats and extra vegetable chopping and extra meat tools, just to make cooking that much more creative and more enjoyable. It's the biggest and baddest set of kitchen knives in the world. This is the Bugatti of knives, Miss Jones. Then you have the storage and the entertainer pack and all that. Cool. Then we go over here to set options. When we get to set options, and by the way, as you're taking notes, you can put little stars next to your biggest light bulbs, because in a moment I'm going to come up for some air just to kind of debrief a couple things that showed up for you. When you go over here and you talk about these, You say, Miss Jones, these are the small family sets. These are the basic sets at our nearest competitor. Build up the competitor. Miss Jones, if I didn't work at Cutco, I would get that Wusthof Icon Blackwood 20-piece knife set. Because when you could find that set on sale for under $2,000 for $19.99, that's a really good deal for that size set and that quality. It's like really, really good because usually it's over $3,400. But if you can find it on sale for $2,000, it's a really good deal because that set's going to last you a really long time. It's super high quality. And what's nice is you don't have to go buy it over and over and over again like you would those low quality cheap knives. They're really good. So like if you don't get a set of Cutco today, I would get that set, the Wusthof Icon Blackwood, the 20-piece set. Now, there are some differences though between that set and Cutco. See, that set, you have to constantly sharpen it. See that rod at the top, that metal rod? You have to use a precise 18-degree angle to sharpen up those straight edge knives. And that's just like a hassle for most people. It just takes a lot of extra time. Plus, they're not dishwasher safe. They use a material in their handle called polypropylene, which is only heat resistant to 120 degrees, where Cutco's heat resistant up to over 300 degrees. So it's dishwasher safe. They have a regular straight handle where Cutco has that comfortable universal wedge lock design. There are sets made overseas where Cutco's made right here in America. And their set only has a manufacturer's defect and a limited lifetime, meaning it's only for the customer who buys it, where Cutco has the forever guarantee. And Ms. Jones, remember I told you about that reverse layaway plan? Cutco's trial period allows you to think about it while you're using it, and you put down a small little fully refundable deposit so you could think about it while you're using it. And if you're not satisfied, you could send it back for a refund. So it allows you to date it before you marry it. So you could try it out before you make the decision to pay off the full amount. So most people will tell you Cutco's a way better deal. Most people will tell you Cutco's better product, better quality. Can you see why 16 million people buy Cutco? Yeah, they get a set because it just makes sense. It's the best out there. Now, if you ask anyone, they'll tell you it's twice as good, so it's twice the price. So you're talking $4,000 for your set. So the small family set at Cutco would be $4,000. But let me just show you what you get. I want them to think it's $4,000 at that moment. Now, this is what you get in the basic set. You get 7 knives, 2 forks, and a spatula. Now, the signature set is everything the small family set has, plus these 3 customer favorites. These are the customer requested tools. How that went down is the Homemaker set's been around for decades, but back in like the early 2000s, they surveyed people, Cutco surveyed people who already owned the basics and said, what are your most purchased additional tools? It came back as the Hardy Slicer for barbecue, the Mini Chopper for fine mincing, and the cheese knife for delicate chop, for more of your delicate cutting and denser foods. So the Homemaker comes with those 3 extra custom requested tools. It's the smallest set that it holds the super shears in the block, and it's the smallest set that you could upgrade to steak knives to fit in the block too. And that's the medium set. Then we also have the Ultimate, which is your complete set, which is everything you'd ever need. So it's everything the Signature has, plus the meat and veggie tools. The specialty tools for like raw meats, raw vegetables. It just has the meat and veggie package with 12 steak knives. But right now, Miss Jones, I'm just going to stick to the basics. So what you get with the basics is 7 knives, 2 forks, and a spatula. You get the block, you get the table knives, you get the cutting board and the sharpener. So now that you see them side by side again, Miss Jones, which color do you like better if you were considering a set? Yeah, you still like the white? I like the white too. It's beautiful. Well, Miss Jones, the beautiful thing is, go ahead and write this down on paper. It's not quite $4,000. And what I'll even do is I'll even pull up my whiteboard if I need to, and I'll put up, it's not quite $4,000 because it's not sold in stores. Whoops. Let's try that again. because it's not sold in stores. As a matter of fact, Miss Jones, the 3,400 at Wusthof, it's not even 3,400 like Wustof's price, which a lot of people find surprising because of the superior quality of Cutco. Your entire basic homemaker set, the homemaker plus 8, it's only $13.26 paid in full. But remember I told you about that reverse layaway plan where you could try it out and think about it while you're using it? Yeah, it's only $265 plus tax per month for 5 months. That's it. So it comes out to be about $289. So all you would do is you put down the $265 plus tax on your credit card. You'll get everything delivered to your house. You'll cook and cut up everything in sight for a couple of weeks. Worst case scenario, that's fully refundable. Best case scenario, you keep it and you have it forever. And by making the decision today, Miss Jones, I will give you your choice of the entire entertainer pack or the super shears for free. Your choice if you do it today versus later. So Miss Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job and ask you, did you want to go in and get your basic set today and get your free gifts? This right here is called framing. So I frame the larger options to make the homemaker look smaller. If they say yes, now I have an opportunity to go up. And that's where you connect on your average order. How do you get a $700, $800 average order? It's not by selling $700 every time. It's by you still sell the $200, $300 orders. You still sell the custom sets. You still sell the starter sets. You still sell the pieces. But then instead of just selling a homemaker, you sell a homemaker plus 20 because you seed planted the opportunity to get more table knives. Instead of just selling a homemaker set, you upserve them to a signature or an ultimate because you did a good demo with framing their mindset to get something larger. So the customers that don't buy homemakers and they buy studio sets, you're still going to sell those. The customers that don't buy homemakers and just buy pieces, you're still going to sell those. But by adding in a little bit of extra language into the demo, you are at least opening the mind to buying larger for those 2 or 3 out of 10 customers that want to buy larger. And that's how you move your average order up. You move your average order up by turning a $1,000 sale into an $1,800 sale, not by turning your $300 sale into a $500 sale. That's where your average order goes up. So let me come up for some air, okay? We'll share some light bulbs, and then I'm going to show you what to do on how to upserve and go up, and how to show the accessories and gadgets to add on more once they say yes, on how to upserve your customers. And then I'll wrap up with a quick, simple plug on how to create extra appointments using social media, specifically Facebook. So let's go ahead and I'll open it up. Biggest takeaways, biggest light bulbs, things that showed up for you. So let's start with Eric because he used the proper etiquette of a blue hand raise, and then we'll go to Chris.
Hey, Mike, what I really liked was right at the beginning when you show the Siggy, because it's the first thing they see in the presentation, was, hey, Miss Jones, do you see that set right there? And then you dropped the whole line of, like, most people end up upgrading to this. So that's, like, right away opens up the mind for the signature set.
Yeah, and it's in a playful, fun way, but at the same time, it's like, this is what we get a chance to show you today. Like, how aren't you excited to see this? And right, so excellent, cool. We'll go Chris, and then we'll go to Gozi, and then Alicia, and then Tiara.
Hey, Mike. So I also actually really liked how you built up more of the competitors. It's not something that I've been doing. I can say I always talk about them and what's great about them, but building up the way you did really creates a better value for the homemaker. That on top of already getting them in the mindset that it's a smaller, basic option, really creates such a higher value for getting a homemaker or getting a set in the first place. I think that was brilliant.
Excellent. So the framing, love that. Cool. Let's go to whoever I said next. Gozi, Alicia, and then Tiara, and then Kat.
Yeah, so what I really liked was like the fact that once you talked about the 60 million plus customers, and you're like you got that yes question, or that that response of like how many people do you think owned a set, or like start off with a set, and also as a survey, that survey question was really spoke out to me. So
Yeah, they surveyed people who already owned a homemaker set, all
exactly.
the millions of customers who already had it, and it came back to say these are the 3 most customer requested tools. So we came up with a set that has those tools. So that way you don't have to waste money buying them later. You just get a set now. Great,
Right.
great point. Let's go to Alicia, and then we'll go to Tierra, and then Kat, and then Eric, and then Cassidy, and then I'll wrap up these last 10 minutes.
Hello, good morning. So I really enjoyed two things. The man who just spoke, he stole my first one. But I also really like the yes factor about it. So asking questions, like yes questions throughout your presentation. I usually try and keep a conversation going with them. While I'm presenting, but even just simply asking yes questions really
absolutely.
makes it easier, especially on like sometimes those knives that I don't know much, like how much they would use it, or like I think they would use it. But
I'll stop you there. You want to, here's ready. They might not use it all the time, but they're going to have it for 30, 40, 50 years. So they don't have to use it all the time. Right?
Okay.
I have clubs in my golf club bag that I don't want to use all the time, like my sand wedge. I don't want to use that club all the time because that means I'm in the sand, right?
Yes.
But I have it in case I need it. So your
Definitely.
concept is it's a set for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So of course you need a set because you never know when you're going to need it. It's better to have it and not write this down, Alicia. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And that's why you get a set. Awesome, Alicia. Let's go Tierra, and then Kat, Eric, Cassidy, and then I'm going to move.
I was just going to kind of reiterate some points, but
anything that's new, just for time's sake.
Okay. I was just going to say the power of framing things and making it seem like it's $4,000. That was my thing.
Yeah, making them believe it's $4,000.
You got to make sure they think it's $4,000.
Excellent. And just for time's sake, Kat, Eric, Cassidy, if there's anything different that wasn't said yet, any other light bulbs that weren't said yet, or observations?
Can I just
go ahead.
I was just going to chime in there real quickly to Tierra's comment. One thing too, I think just with expectations on the sales, right? I think you want the customer to think $4,000 is a good deal, right? Right. So that's how, by the way, this is just one huge key. If you do this in the presentation, you will sell a set of Cutco. Okay. Is that when you get to the $4,000 mark, if they go, oh, right. Not, hey, I thought the homemaker set was $4,000. It's like they have a sigh of relief when they hear, oh, only $4,000. They're like, God, perfect. It's like, oh, wow, it's only $4,000. Okay. That's when you know you're going to sell. Right. Which means if they're like, kind of like, wow, it's only $4,000. And that means their expectation of the price, right, needs to be in the neighborhood of what?
Yeah, like $5,000 or $6,000.
Yeah, $5,000 or $6,000 too. So keep that in mind, guys, as you're going there too. But nice segue here.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks for tying a bow on that one. Let's go Kat, Eric, Allen, Cassidy. Any new observations before I transition?
Kind of giving them the impression that the homemaker is small instead of it's a big set. So when you're right before you're going into it, I kind of thought that was a good thing.
Good. Excellent. The framing, I agree. Let's go Eric Allen, and then Cassidy will take us home.
One of the biggest light bulbs I think I got from you this morning is that you said that they cannot be interested if you don't show them or you don't tell them about the product. So that kind of leads into the framing, showing them that there's a larger options to try to get them to the homemaker, to the Signy, and that kind of forces, or that gives you the chance to upserve them. For sure.
Absolutely. Good. And Cassidy Sanborn, take us home with anything that wasn't said or what your biggest takeaway was.
Yeah, I like the beginning where you created an open mind without actually saying, I invite you to have an open mind, right? You kind of like set that up really nicely, especially when it came to recommendations. It's kind of like you addressed the elephant in the room, but then also got really vulnerable about it by saying, I'm not some random knife girl. But you don't have to say it like that, but I'm not some random knife girl. I just want to expand my horizons and really get to meet new people. And I like that. It's a very sweet approach to then like set that pre-frame for recommendations towards the end.
Excellent. Great catch. Great catch, Cass. So let's 5 minutes. We're going to rapid fire through this. I'm just going to show you on what I would do to upserve once you get the yes. All right. And there's videos on this too, but get ready to observe this. So did you want to buy the homemaker set? They say yes. Great, Miss Jones. You're absolutely going to love it. Now, before I enter that into the system for you, I just want to show you the medium set option, because it's really, it's everything you're already getting. I love that phrase. It's everything you're already getting, plus a few extra customer requested tools. Let me just show it to you to see if it's something that's appealing to you. So you're getting everything you're already getting, plus you're getting a barbecue tool. You're getting a mini chopper, so that way if you have company over, there's someone that can help you chop up your vegetables, and you get a cheese knife. These are three great tools that will, especially during entertaining or holidays or events, they're really great to have. It comes with the super shears in the block, and it could still hook you up with that entertainer pack. And you have the option to upgrade to the steak knives because they fit in that block. You also get 3 cutting boards. And here's the best part. With this option, you actually get up to $425 in free Cutco. So let me just draw this out for you, Miss Jones. So instead of doing the $265, you're getting, again, just one more time, just so we're on the same page, Miss Jones, ready? You're getting 3 extra cooking knives, 2 extra table knives, the super shears, the larger block, 3 cutting boards, getting all of that, and $425 in free Cutco. So the entertainer pack, and then I could give you another like $150 in Cutco. You get all of that. You ready, Miss Jones? It's only an extra $150 today. So instead of it being $265 plus tax, it ends up being $415 plus tax per month. So it's only an extra $150 today, and you get all of that. So Ms. Jones, what do you think? Do you want to stick with your homemaker set, or for an extra $150, do you want to do the signature set, the medium family set, because you're getting 3 extra cooking knives, 2 extra table knives, the super shears, the larger block, 3 extra cutting boards, and $425 in free Cutco? It's only an extra $150 today. So what do you think, Ms. Jones? Which one would you rather do? The $415? Awesome. You're going to love it. And by the way, if you want to do it with the steak knives instead of the table knives, it would only be an extra $60 on top of that. So it'd be $475 plus tax, $475 plus tax per month with the steak knives. Do you want to do the extra $60 a month so you have the larger steak knives instead of the table knives? Cool. Awesome. Let's go ahead and figure out what you want to get for free. And then I'm going to take them through this section here. So Ms. Jones, this is going to be your free gifts and accessories section. So let's go ahead and figure out what we want to hook you up with for free. We could add on some extra table knives. Do you think you could get use out of extra table knives? There's only 10 that come in the block. Okay, cool. I'll write that down. And we got you're already getting the entertainer pack with the wine opener or can opener. These are awesome. I'll build those up. We have the extra cheese knives. Build those up. Miss Jones, this is elegant flatware. I'm going to do a whole workshop on flatware one of these mornings. I'll do a whole workshop on cookware one of these mornings, not this morning, but I'm going to take them through. Anything else that catches your eye here? By the way, Miss Jones, most people eventually upgrade to the Cutco kitchen. We're going to get you started with the knives today, but eventually I'll send you some information about the full Cutco kitchen. Yeah, we have all the pocket knives and sport knives. Would you want to add on any of those as a free item, as your free items? Now, don't go over the garden tools or kitchen tools because they're out of stock right now. Barbecue tools. We got the grilling tools. And Ms. Jones, we could do Mother's Day gifts. We could do Father's Day gifts. We could do corporate business gifts. All of these are customizable and engravable. So we can go through any of these. We could use your shopping spree for that if you'd like. And then I would go into recommendations. Now, my one tip on recommendations, most of you do this, okay? It's very important to ask for a Facebook post. If you're not asking for a Facebook post, you're literally burning money. So after you get your recommendations, here's the phrasing. It's very simple. Ms. Jones, thank you so much for those 5 recommendations today. I just know a lot of people have more friends on Facebook than they do in their cell phone. So would you be nice enough to put a post up on Facebook? And that way, if any of your friends could be nice enough, they could like or comment and I could reach out to them that way. It would mean the world to me. Awesome. So I'll send you a friend request right now. All right. Now we're officially friends, Ms. Jones. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a message with a template and a picture of me. And all you do is just post that, and you could tag any one of your friends you want to tag. You could tag me, and then you could tag your friends. And then anyone who likes and comments, I'll message. And it's okay if I message some of your friends, introduce myself. Awesome. You're the best, Ms. Jones. If you're not having that little stump speech at the end of every conversation, you're literally burning money. So that is the 5-Figure Club workshop. So I want to wrap up by saying, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. You want to make 5 figures this summer. You want to make 10 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand. You have to be you got to be worthy of that. And if you showed up this morning, you are. But it's not about what you do one time. Okay? We have workshops every morning, 7 days a week at 9 a.m. Hop on those every morning at 9 a.m. So I'm going to pause the recording for this.
That's probably out there 9 other times, right? Or 90 other times without any results before that one time that happened, and boom, it was just a magical success. So use that to your guys' fuel this weekend. Take what you're learning. Don't just sit here and learn it, but actually implement it, review your notes, practice it, and make sure that you're doing it with confidence into your presentations and actually using the information that you're gaining and making it a skill set for yourself. So I'm excited to see you all finish things off here, and make sure you're hitting that $1,000 this week for our Summer Ignite contest. I mean, I've never seen a cooler contest in my entire career of doing this. So you got 3 days left. There's an iPad up for grabs, a homemaker set, a flatware chest, a $500 Uber Eats gift card.
Excellent. Thanks for joining us, guys.